Good morning, it's Wednesday the 29th of November. I'm still in bed. I was asleep all day yesterday almost, and I knew that would probably happen because I've been overdoing things, going out to look at the art exhibition on the weekend and then going to my friend's birthday on yesterday. And my hip has dislocated, if that's what you call it, a couple more times where the bone's gone completely out of place and I can't get it back in and I can't move the hip and I can just barely walk a metre or two when it happens, and it's quite scary. And then on top of that, I dislocated my wrist for the first time yesterday. I was just lying in bed holding something like my phone, and suddenly there was this horrible feeling of the bones sliding across each other and the bone moving what felt like a really long distance. And then it was agony, and then my hand immediately went numb, but luckily my reflex to sort of move my wrist back when it happened put the joint back into place before I could even think about what I was doing. But I had a numb hand for hours afterwards, and it does worry me a bit because so far in my experience, once a joint has dislocated like that once, quite dramatically, then it's prone to doing it again whenever you overdo things or neglect to pace yourself enough. Anyway, so on to today. Well, I've got to go into university early because I've got to meet this woman who wanted to go over fire safety evacuation in a wheelchair with me, and this is another example where being disabled makes it more difficult for you to do things but also creates more work for you, because I've now got to go in early and meet up with her, which means that I can't have any lunch at home, and it's going to create problems in terms of suitable food I can find to eat and low blood sugar and things like that, as I've explained before. So I thought I might, seeing as I'm already gonna have to miss lunch to leave at 11 to go and meet her, I thought I might actually go a little bit earlier and have a look at some spray paints, because I've got quite an ambitious project to paint these ring splints, and I'm in two minds about it because the skin tone of them actually fits my skin tone very well, and they do look very subtle, and I like that, but I'm not exactly a subtle person. Hello, so I got to university a bit early today because I left more time for shopping than I needed to. So basically I bought a bunch of spray paints like this, a primer, the blue one and a top coat, and then I've got the metallic gold. So I've got everything I need to decorate my ring splits. And I also bought a second pair of my slippers that I love to wear in a different colour. Yeah, so in about 15 minutes I've got to go and meet this woman for this fire safety assessment again.
and then I'll probably go and buy a baked potato from the university canteen, which is the only gluten-free thing they do, before I start uni. Bye for now.